हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आपका स्कोरिंग फिजिक्स यूट्यूब चैनल पर स्वागत है। आज हम इस वीडियो में कक्षा 11 के एक महत्वपूर्ण टॉपिक एरर्स इन मेजरमेंट को डिस्कस करेंगे। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि मेजरमेंट इज ए फंडामेंटल और फाउंडेशन प्रोसेस ऑफ ऑल एक्सपेरिमेंटल साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी। Whenever we measure a physical quantity by some instruments like measurement of distance with the help of a meter scale, measurement of time with the help of a clock, then in all these measurements there is always some uncertainty or inaccuracy. This uncertainty or inaccuracy in the measurement is called errors in the measurement. Okay, students. First error, that is termed as absolute error in the measurement. The difference between individual measurement and the real value of a physical quantity is called absolute error in the measurement. Absolute error is equal to measured value minus real value of the physical quantity. Now, what is real value of a physical quantity? Students, for this one, let a physical quantity is measured several times and A1, A2, A3, En are the measurements. Then the mean of all these measurements can be treated as the real value or actual value of the physical quantity. The mean of these measurements, A mean is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus an divided by n. In terms of summation, we can write this one taking n outside the summation 1 by n sigma I is equal to 1 to n ai. If we expand this summation, so we obtain this one a1 plus a2 plus a3 up to an, because the value of I we put from 1 to n. So this is treated as real value of the physical quantity. Now the absolute error in the measurements. Now absolute error in first measurement, that is written, that is given symbol delta A1. This is called absolute error, and it is equal to difference between measured value, that is A1, minus mean or real value of the physical quantity. In the same manner, we can also find the absolute error in another measurement, that is delta A2 is equal to A2 minus A mean. In this way, delta An, the absolute error in the measurement n will be equal to An minus A mean. So these are the absolute error in the measurement 1, 2, 3 and nth measurement. The students, mean absolute error. Now, the average or mean of magnitude of absolute error is called mean absolute error. Average of mean of magnitude of absolute error is called mean absolute error, and it is equal to delta A mean. This is symboled as mean absolute error, and it is equal to magnitude of delta A1 plus magnitude of delta A2 plus magnitude of delta A3 plus up to magnitude of delta An divided by n. This can also be written in the form of summation, that delta A mean will be equal to 1 upon n sigma I is equal to 1 to n magnitude of delta Ai. In single measurement, the value of physical quantity will be in the range A mean plus minus delta A mean. Means this is the real value, and delta A mean is the absolute error in the measurement. So in a single measurement, the value of the physical quantity having in the range from A mean plus delta A mean and A mean minus delta A mean, means the physical quantity can rise from this, have the value from this range to this range. Now, relative error or fractional error in the measurement. The ratio of mean absolute error delta A mean to the real value A mean of a physical quantity is called relative or frictional error. Ratio of delta A mean to the A mean, that is real value of the physical quantity, this is called relative error, and it is equal to, in simple form we can write delta A upon A. Now percentage error. The frictional error represented in percentage is called percentage error. So if we multiply this relative error by 100, then we got percentage error. So delta A over A multiplied by 100, this is treated as percentage error. Students, let us discuss one example related to these errors. The time period of a oscillation of a simple pendulum in different measurements are found: 2.63 second, 2.56 second, 2.42 second, 2.71 second, 2.80 second. Now question is calculate absolute error, relative error and percentage error in the time period. Now here the mean time period of the oscillation means the real value of the time period of the oscillation that is being taken as the mean of all these time periods. This is equal to, T is equal to sum of all these time divided by number of observations, that is 5. So after summing all these we got T is equal to 2.624 or 2.62 seconds, rounding off up to second place of the decimal. The time period is equal to, T is equal to 2.62 seconds. So this time period is taken as real value or actual value of the time period of oscillation of the simple pendulum. Now the absolute error in the measurements are delta T1, the absolute error in the first measurement. Delta T1 will be equal to the measured value, that is 2.63 minus 2.62, this is the real value or mean value of the time period, and this difference is 0.01 second. Similarly, absolute error in the second measurement we can calculate 2.56, this is the measured value minus real value, and it is equal to minus 0.06 second. In the same way we calculate other absolute errors in measurement number 3, 4 and 5. So these are the absolute error in different measurements. Now mean absolute error. Taking the mean of magnitude of all these measurements, we calculate the value of mean absolute error. So this is equal to delta T is equal to mean of magnitude of all the absolute errors in the different measurements divided by number of measurements, that is 5. By substituting the value of delta T1, delta T2, delta T3, delta T4 and delta T5, we got this relation. And now summing of magnitude of these terms after leaving the negative sign, we got delta T is equal to 0.54 divided by 5, or delta T is equal to 0.11. This is called mean absolute error in the measurement of time period of oscillation of a simple pendulum. Now the relative error in the measurement. Relative error is defined as the ratio of the mean absolute error to the real value of the physical quantity, as the mean absolute error is delta T divided by T. So 0.11 divided by 2.62, this is relative error, and dividing this one by 2.62 we got 0.041. Now the percentage error. Multiplying this relative error by 100, we got the percentage error, and that is equal to 4.1%. So this is one example related to the different errors in the measurement. Students, now we discuss combination of errors. Combination of errors means, as we know in physics, the physical quantity sometimes depends two or more other physical quantities just like in speed we know speed depends on distance and time, so there will be division of two physical quantity. In area we know that area is equal to length into breadth of a rectangle. Then here the area depends on two physical quantity which have multiplied from each other. Similarly, some physical quantity depends on addition of other two or subtraction of the two. In this way, how the combination, how the errors will be calculated in different type of operation in physical expressions. So first here, errors in addition and subtraction of two physical quantity. Let a physical quantity x is equal to sum of two another quantity and b, means x is equal to a plus b. Let the absolute error in a, b and x are plus minus delta a, plus minus delta b and plus minus delta x. Then a, b and x are written in terms of absolute error, that a will be equal to a plus minus delta a, b is equal to b plus minus delta b and x is equal to x plus minus delta x. Then this relation can be written as, after putting the value of x, as x plus minus delta x, similarly a and b. Now rearranging this term, a and b taken together, we got the next relation, and here a plus b is equal to x. If we substitute value of a plus b is equal to x from first relation, then x and x will cancel on both sides. So we got here plus minus delta x is equal to plus minus delta I and plus minus delta b. Students, in this relation, delta x is the absolute error in physical quantity x, which is depending on sum of two quantity a and b. Here this delta x have four possible values. These four possible values are taking a and b both are positive, taking a and b both negative, taking a positive and delta b as negative, taking delta a as negative and delta b positive. So these are the four set of values. So the maximum possible error in delta x will be equal to delta x is equal to delta a plus delta b. So this is the maximum possible error. In the same way, we can calculate the error in the subtraction of two physical quantity. Here suppose x is equal to a minus b, and in the same manner let a, b and x have absolute error delta a plus minus delta b and plus minus delta x. Then x can be written as x plus minus delta x, a can be written as a plus minus delta a, and b can be written as b plus minus delta b. Here again we rearranging these terms, a and b are taken together, so we got x plus minus delta x, a minus b plus minus delta a, and this can be either written minus plus or plus minus delta b. Again a minus b is equal to x, so it will cancel from both sides, so we got delta x is equal to plus minus delta I plus minus delta b. In this way, students, the maximum possible error in the difference of two physical quantities is also delta A plus minus delta A plus delta b, means in addition or subtraction the maximum error is equal to the sum of absolute error in each physical quantity. So either we multiply or divide two physical quantity, the maximum possible error in both cases will be equal to sum of absolute error in each physical quantity. Now we discuss here error in multiplication and division. Suppose a physical quantity z is equal to product of two physical quantity A and b. In the same manner we can write that the absolute error in a and b are delta plus minus delta a and plus minus delta b, and absolute error in z is plus minus delta z. So we can write this relation as z plus minus delta z is equal to a plus minus delta a and into b plus minus delta b. Here multiply this term and we got this relation. Dividing the left side by z and right side by ap, we got After dividing this left side by z, we got 1 plus minus delta z. And in the right side, when AB is divided by AB, then we got 1 plus minus the second term when divided by AB, B cancel, so we got delta A upon A. Similarly, the next term we got plus minus delta B over B and plus minus delta A upon A into delta B upon B. Students, here in this relation, delta A upon A and delta B upon B are very small, so their product will also be very small, and we can ignore this term. So we got 1 plus minus delta z over z is equal to 1 plus minus delta A upon A plus minus delta B upon B. Now 1 on both sides will cancel, hence the maximum relative error in this case will be delta z over z will be equal to plus delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. So this is the maximum possible error in multiplication of two physical quantity. Similarly, we can find the error in the division of the two physical quantity. Let z is equal to A upon B, and A and B are measured as A plus minus delta A, B plus minus delta B. Then z plus minus delta z will be equal to A plus minus delta A divided by B plus minus delta B. Taking z common from side 1 and A in the numerator and B from the denominator. As A upon B is equal to z, so it will cancel. So we got 1 plus minus delta z over z is equal to 1 plus minus delta A upon A and 1 plus minus delta B upon B raised to the power minus 1. We here taken 1 plus minus delta B upon B into numerator. So the power of this become minus 1. Now expanding this term by binomial expansion. So we got 1 plus minus delta z over z is equal to 1 plus minus delta A over A and 1 minus plus delta B upon B, leaving the higher power term in the binomial expansion. We got this relation. Now multiply these one. So after multiplying, we got this relation, and here again delta A over A and delta B upon B are very small, so their product will be very small and we can ignore this product. So we got this relation 1 plus minus delta z upon z is equal to 1 plus minus delta A upon A minus plus delta B upon B. Again students, 1 cancel, and the relative error in the measurement of z, delta z over z, again have 4 set of values. Taking delta A over A and delta B upon B, both positive sign, both negative sign. First delta A over A negative sign and second positive sign, or delta A upon A positive sign and delta B upon B as negative sign. So these are the 4 set of values. In this 4 set, the maximum possible error delta z over z will be equal to here delta A over A plus minus delta B over B. So this is the maximum possible relative error in the division of the two physical quantity. Hence, when two quantities are divided or multiplied, then the relative error in the result will be equal to sum of relative error in the individual quantity. Now error in the exponent or power of a quantity. In this case, let us consider a physical quantity z is equal to A square or z is equal to A into A. Then relative error in z will be written as sum of relative error in A and in A, and that is equal to delta z over z is equal to delta A upon A plus delta A upon A is equal to 2 into delta A upon A. Therefore, the relative error in A square is 2 times the relative error in A. Similarly, if we have a general relation z is equal to A raised to the power n, then the relative error in z will be equal to n times to the relative error in A. Hence, the rule is the relative error in a physical quantity raised to the power n is the n times the relative error in the individual quantity. Means if a physical quantity is depends on power of some another physical quantity, then relative error in the physical quantity will be equal to power times exponent times to the relative error in the given physical quantity. Now we discuss example related to these errors. Find the relative error in the z if z is equal to a raised to the power 4, b raised to the power 1 by 3, or divided by c, d raised to the power 3 by 2. As in given the physical quantity z is equal to a raised to the power 4, b raised to the power 1 by 3, c, d raised to the power 3 by 2. Here students, the relative error in z, that is symbolized as delta z over z. Here A and B are in product and it is divided by C and D, and A and B both also have powers. So first we use here operation which is related to the power of a physical quantity. So the power will be multiplied by relative error in A. So it is equal to 4 delta A over A. As A and B are in product, so here we use the product relation, and that is the relative error in the product will be equal to sum of relative error in the physical quantity. Relative error in B, that is delta B over B, but it also have power 1 by 3, so it will be equal to 1 by 3 delta B over B. Students, this one is delta B over B, and next is delta C over C, and third one here D we are having raised to the power 3 and it is in division, so it is equal to plus 3 by 2 delta D over D. Now correct this one students, delta A over A, 1 by 3 delta A over A is wrong and it is 1 by 3 delta B over B. Okay. Another example which is very important regarding 11th class examination. A physical quantity P is related to 4 quantities A, B and C, D as follows: P is equal to A cube B square divided by square root C D. The percentage error in the measurement of A, B, C and D are 1%, 3%, 4% and 2% respectively. What is the percentage error in the quantity P? Students, here P is equal to given A cube B square divided by square root C D. So the relative error in the measurement of P, first we write delta P over P is equal to, here A having power 3, B having power 2, C having power 1 by 2 and D 1. So we write relative error, delta P over P will be equal to 3 into delta A over A plus 2 into delta B over B plus 1 by 2 delta C over C and plus delta D over D. If we multiplied both the side of this equation by 100, so we got here relative error multiplied by 100, so it here convert into percentage error. So percentage error in P, that is delta P over P percent, it will be equal to 3 into percentage error in A, percentage error in B, percentage error in C and percentage error in D. Here it is given that delta A over A, percentage error in A is equal to 1%. Similarly, delta B over B is given 3%, or percentage error in C, that is given 4%, percentage error in D, that is delta D over D percent, that is equal to 2%. Now substituting these value in the above relation, we got percentage error in P, that is equal to 3 into 1 plus 2 into 3 plus 1 by 2 multiplied by 4 and plus 2. Simplifying this one, we got 13%. So this is another type of question which is very important in view of 11th class examination. Thank you for watching this video.